Hey everybody, this is Tony Viztatone. Here I am with my Raw recap, and my God, was this show fucking horrendous. Let's just get that right out of the way. For the go-home edition of the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, they didn't do a goddamn thing to hype up the pay-per-view at all. They didn't do shit. You know, it's like CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan is one of the matches, and instead of it being about the WWE title, it's all about, oh, what's AJ gonna do as the referee? I mean, you know, the whole AJ thing was good and all. Yeah, I mean, I think she was playing the character well, but my God, you know, I think last night or night before they kind of went overkill. Before I get into the show, there's my overall thoughts on the show. I thought it fucking sucked. But anyway, I saw Destination X on Sunday. That was a tremendous show. Everything from top to bottom, from start to finish. A lot of the matches were great. Austin Aries beating Bobby Roode for the TNA title. Great finish. Place went nuts. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. Then 24 hours later, we get Raw, and the whole thing was so fucking painful. I was almost in tears. I mean, I have never seen. I don't know if I've ever in my life seen one show that was really great to watch and a lot of fun and well worth paying the $35 for me anyway. To 24 hours later, seeing a show on free TV that was so fucking horrendous. It's like TNA is here and WWE is here in terms of, you know, because WWE they do their whole. I mean, it's all more about AJ than WWE title, because like, oh, we're sports entertainment, we tell stories, we make movies. Well, you know what, WWE, your stories suck. They suck big time, and I'm dreading your Raw, your 1000th episode of Raw. You know, your 3 hour shit fest. I mean, you know, maybe the first one will be good because you're going to have a lot of the old timers and the old acts come in and making cameos. But what are you going to do on episode 1001 on July 30th? What are you going to do then? What are you going to do for 3 hours then? You fucking Monday Nitro now. So anyway, if anything else, I hope you find this rant to be of entertainment. So the show started. Let's light it up. AJ hits the ring. She says that she's going to be the referee in the title match on Sunday with Punk and Daniel Bryan. You know, no shit, we already know that. And she says that, you know, her actions could have a great effect on the outcome of the match. Blah blah blah. She says she finds the thought of that overwhelming and emotional. And then, with that in mind, she asks the fans to help her welcoming CM Punk. Look in my eyes, I never fucking heard the song before. I heard it out here before. Sorry about that, I'm just sorry. So, Cult of Personality hits. The champ CM Punk comes out, and he asks her what this is all about. She says that on SmackDown, you know, and then she says on SmackDown, Punk upset her or whatever by saying that she needed help, but she says she doesn't. She's in control of her mental state all the time, whatever. Then she says that, you know, it's like, but then she says that no one has ever cared about her the way CM Punk has. So then she says, you know, it's like when she kissed CM Punk, whatever the fuck that was, I think that was last Monday or whatever, you know, it's like, no, it was last Monday and Friday. I don't even remember when the fucking happened. It happens all the fucking time now. I don't even remember when it's happened. But she said that when she kissed Punk, she knew what she had to do. And then she said, you know, it's like, Punk's eye, you know, it's like, she said that, Punk's eyes sent love right into her heart, and that he filled her up with a lot of desire and shit. Okay. And then she says that Punk turns her on. Woo! And then she says that, you know, it's like, now she knows what she has to do. Star Trek 3 reference. Enterprise blew up. Kirk set it to self-destruct. Kirk says, my God, Bones, what have I done? And McCool says, what you had to do. What you always do. Turn death into a fighting chance to live. Well, that's not what AJ had to do here. She didn't have to blow up the goddamn Enterprise. Then she gets on her freaking knee and she asks Punk to marry him. I mean, that and this is where the overkill in the storyline began. Now we got a goddamn proposal here. But just when you think it get more out of hand, you know, just when you think it couldn't get any weirder, out comes Daniel Bryan. He's chanting no about that. He gets in the ring and tells AJ that she's about to make the biggest mistake of her life, and he can't let her do that. So then he says that then Daniel Bryan says that everyone knows that Punk doesn't love her. He's playing her for a fool because she's the referee. And then Daniel Bryan says that he knows he hurt AJ in the past, but he never stopped having feelings for her. while CM Punk only cares about himself. And then, of course, Punk accuses Daniel Bryan of the same thing. So it's been a whole back and forth of, he never loved you, this one never loved you, hey! So then Daniel Bryan says, it's like, if Punk really, Punk says that Daniel doesn't know how, that Daniel Bryan doesn't know how, let me restart that, re-rack. Punk tells Daniel Bryan that, he doesn't really know how Punk himself feels about AJ, and he tells him to shut his mouth. And Daniel says if he really loves her or whatever, he should say I do, and they're not actually getting married, it's not I do, it's, giving an answer. I do, not the, anyway. So then Daniel says that Punk sees her as the special referee, well, he sees her as a special person. And then he said, he'd woken up that morning and he had no intention of breaking up a proposal. He intended of making one. And then Daniel Bryan asked AJ to marry him. That's right, 2 proposals in less than 5 minutes. So then Punk asked him, if you really thought about all that, where's the ring? And he calls Danielson a liar and shit like that. And then Punk says that he and AJ will talk about it backstage. And then, what made me really lose my fun, that's right, we had the return of the anonymous Raw GM. Good God, what the fuck is wrong with this company? So then Michael Cole gets up, can I have your attention, please? And then he gets up, takes the cloth off the stand, like, there it is, and then goes, and I quote, fuck off! So then Cole reads that the laptop GM is running Raw tonight, and it thinks that CM Punk and AJ make a great couple, which is why they'll be in a mixed tag match tonight against Eve Torres and, shocker of shockers, Daniel Bryan. And Daniel Bryan says that this isn't fair, and he and AJ should be on the same team, and then the goddamn GM chimes in again and says that if Bryan beats Punk or whatever, maybe AJ will see him differently, or maybe not. What the fuck was that about? I don't know. Then AJ says that this is getting confusing. No shit, WWE's stories have a habit of being that way. And this is without Russo doing any booking. Imagine if Russo was booking, we wouldn't know what the fuck we were doing. Or we wouldn't know what the fuck we were watching. See, this show sucks so bad I can't even talk straight. I'm more tongue-tied than usual. Blah, blah, blah. She says then AJ says they all need time to think after all this confusing bullshit happens, and she says she's really happy to have this match tonight because she believes that after everything, she believes that everything happens for a reason, and she has a feeling that she'll walk out of the arena with her future husband. Then she skips up the ramp, and then just skips up the ramp thing. End of the painful end of segment. This segment went on way too fucking long. It started out good with Punk and AJ doing everything with their stuff, but once they got into the AJ proposing, it was like, this is overkill now. They just wanted to overkill mode with this storyline. It's been more about what AJ's going to do in the match as a ref than it has been about the freaking WWE title. One of the 2 most important belts in the goddamn company. WWE, you make my brain spin. So then after all that shit, we get a squash fest. World Champion Sheamus kills Jack Swagger. Bro kick, 1, 2, 3. And then afterwards, Del Rio shows up on the Titantron, and he says that Jack Swagger is no Alberto Del Rio. And he says that on SmackDown last week, he did what no one has done, and that is he left Sheamus laying like a dying burro. And that on this Sunday, he will win the world title. And then Swagger gets up, Sheamus gives him another bro kick. Okay, thankfully the Del Rio promo was short because after that Punk AJ Bryan GM shit, I was ready for the loony bin. So then we go backstage to Santino Marella, and he's congratulating Zack Ryder on winning the Battle Royal to run SmackDown. Hold up, I thought the GM of the show, whoever was running the show, would be the GM for both shows. Why in God's name is Zack Ryder only the SmackDown GM instead of being both SmackDown and Raw GM? But then anyway, Ryder says he has more personality than the laptop. Santino says he'll find out who the anonymous Raw GM is, and he takes out a Sherlock Holmes cap, the giant pipe, and a magnifying glass. This was really goofy. I was like, Santino, that whole bit was like, I'm going to find out who the GM is. I know he must be in the arena. Shut up. Then they announced that The Rock will be on the 1,003-hour Raw, and I hope to God that segment's good. So then we get a match that was just thrown together out of nowhere, a tag match. We go to a commercial, and back from commercial, all four guys are already in the ring. Ding-ding-ding! Outside. I didn't even know who the fuck was in the ring. But it was tag match. Christian and Tyson Kidd versus Dolph and Tenzai. Dolph and Tenzai win. Tenzai pins Christian. Not much to it. This was just thrown together out of nowhere in a complete waste of time. It was a complete waste of four guys. So then afterwards, Tenzai goes after Tyson Kidd again and powerbombs back first on the ring apron. Whatever. And I think Vicky Guerrero was looking at Tenzai as a possible another guy to manage. So then we go to the announce table. Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole are bickering over who should the GM be. And Cole's like, I think it should be the laptop. And Lawler's like, I think it should be like Mick Foley or Teddy Long or whatever. Then there's a plastic cup of soda or water there, and Cole bumps it. Cole hits it by mistake with his hand, and it goes on all over Lawler. And he was like, Cody, and then the fucking laptop goes off again. Cole goes to read what the GM's got to say this time. He reads it. He looks at what it says, and he says, I'm not going to read this. And he walks off. Then King gets up on the laptop and reads it, and it says that we're going to get a rematch from WrestleMania last year. Jerry Lawler versus Michael Cole. Good God! Good God, man! What is wrong with this place? It's like, seeing you two brought back some great memories of WrestleMania last year or whatever. Yee! And then Cole starts bitching, saying that the laptop's got to change that. And it chimes in again. And then Lawler reads it, and it says that the fans will decide in a so-called poll on WWE.com. They'll vote whether or not they want this shit-fest of a match to happen again. Horrible segment. Why are we being subjected to a Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole? Why are we being re-subjected to this bullcrap? So then anyway, poor Drew McIntyre gets squashed by the Funkasaurus Brodus Clay. Meaning the squash, less said about it the better. Then back to Santino in the back. He runs into Chris Jericho, and for some stupid-ass reason, Santino thinks that Chris Jericho's the GM. Jericho says that he hates that computer. And then Jericho just like asking and says, maybe Santino, you're the GM. Blah, blah, blah. Santino walks off. Then Big Show comes in, and Jericho says that they were a great team, and they have a chance to weaken Kane and Cena tonight. And then Big Show just tells him to drop the nonsense, and he tells Jericho that when he and Jericho were a team, when they were Jericho, that was some of the worst moments of his career. And he tells Jericho to just stay out of his way during the match. This was stupid. It's like, you got the 4 Money in the Bank guys in the tag match. It's like, Cena and Kane. What the hell are they doing teaming up? Cena's a face, Kane is a heel. It's like, I know WWE they always do like to do the predictable, hey, let's take the guys who are in the match here, or combine 2 matches in one and make a goddamn tag match out of it. So they have all 4 Money in the Bank guys in a tag match, Cena and Kane versus Jericho and Big Show. Having Kane and Cena team up was, illogical. But everything in WWE does is illogical. So then John Cena comes out, tag match is next, but before that we have to get his stupid usual promo. He says in 6 days Money in the Bank will happen. He says Money in the Bank's a brutal, punishing match with great risk but unbelievable reward. Yeah, no shit. We know what the Money in the Bank match is about. Then he says that it's like, oh yeah, it's like everyone's focused on the case hanging above the ring, and he says it's like even the nicest guy can become ruthless when opportunity hangs over your head. And then he mentions the whole rigmarole of everyone who's won Money in the Bank is going out to cash it in and become WWE or world champion. And he says that this match truly changes the landscape of WWE, and he even describes how to win the match. He's like, there's no pinfalls here, this or that. It's a ladder match. You climb the ladder, you grab the briefcase. Hey Vince, I know you think your fans are idiots, but come on, I think your universe can grasp the concept of the steps to a Money in the Bank ladder match. And then Cena says the Big Show, the unstoppable monster, will finally be stopped. And then Cena says he'll do whatever he has to win Money in the Bank. To typical stupid Cena promo. You know, it's like, why the hell is Cena telling the fans how the match works? And like I said, also, Big Show, for a few years, was a fucking jobber. I mean, he was the WrestleMania choke artist before Cody Rhodes got beat by him at WrestleMania this year. And it's like, the guy has been beaten numerous times. Cena's lifted him up on his shoulders before. I don't know how often. So it's like, why are they acting like Big Show is this unstoppable force? He's not Darkseid from Apocalypse, for crying out loud. He's a 400 guy who's at the tail end of his career, and they're treating him like he's up. I can't. And it's like it's Cena saying that he'll stop the unstoppable Big Show. Oh God. So then we get this Kane and Cena versus Big Show and Jericho. Match was okay, but it was just like, I don't know. Kane and Cena somehow win by DQ because I think Cena had Jericho pinned and Big Show pulled him out of the ring. Then the referee just called for the bell. That didn't make any sense. So then afterwards, after the bell, I think he threw Cena to the barricade, attacked Kane for a bit. This was all on the floor. Kane and Jericho back in the ring. Threw them back in the ring. Show got 2 ladders out from underneath, and then he hit Jericho with one of the ladders. He hit Jericho with the ladder, then he hit Kane, and then Show places Jericho in between in the ladder, just slams it on him, and then he pushes his knee on the back of Jericho's neck, I think, or whatever. And then Super Cena comes in with another ladder, hits Show, and he knocks him over the top rope, and then runs the Big Show off. Really no point to this match, and the post-match stuff didn't do it for me either. Then we get to CM Punk backstage. He's just warming up for his mixed tag match later on. And Eve comes by, wishes him luck, and Punk wishes her luck in getting the spray tan off. And she says she wasn't talking about wishing him good luck in the match, talking about wishing him good luck with AJ or whatever. Eve was saying that AJ will do whatever it takes to see that Punk doesn't walk out of Money in the Bank with the WWE title. She says that Punk has always been overshadowed by guys like The Rock, Triple H, John Cena, and even Brock Lesnar. But being overshadowed by AJ must be emasculating. And she's whatever. Okay, then back to Santino backstage. He finds his cell phone, and it turns out the phone's Khali's. So Santino asks Khali if he's the GM. Where? Are you the GM? Whoa. What are you talking about? And Khali didn't know what he was saying. Stupid. Then we get to the final World Title Money in the Bank qualifier. Sin Cara versus Heath Slater. Sin Cara won, of course. He got the pin. This was actually a decent match. So, I mean, it's like we had a whole hour from 9 to 10 where nothing good happened on the show. Then after Slater got beat by Sin Cara, he got the mic and says that this isn't fair. He's a future world champion. He'll prove it. He's just to bring out any former world champion. And out comes Bob Backlund. And he does a lot of posing, doing his usual shtick. And the fans are chanting, "You still got it." That thing is getting old too, It's like the guy walks out and just does a few poses and it's like, "Oh yeah, you still got it." Okay, whatever. And Backlund offers his hand to Slater. Slater takes it, but then he kicks him. But then Backlund gets Slater in the crossface chicken wing. Okay, nothing against Sin Cara or Heath Slater or Backlund, but when this is the best part of the show, that's all that needs to be said. Stanford, we have a problem. And then Michael Cole gets the mic and says it's time to find out the result of the so-called vote of whether or not the fans want to see the match happen or not. And even Michael Cole was saying, the fans don't want to see me in the ring, they don't want to see this match. Well, I agree with it on that. We don't want to see Michael Cole in the ring against Jerry Lawler. But of course, the fans voted yes. Fix! So Cole says, how dare the fans? He says they're all hypocrites because he says they can't make up their minds as to whether or not they want to see him in the match. That's not being hypocrites, that's called being fickle jackasses. So then he rants, and as he's ranting, they cut to commercial. So then back to the show, Josh Matthews and check this out right here in the fifth off, dog. Booker T are doing commentary for the Jerry Lawler Michael Cole shit fest. As soon as the bell rang, Cole slid out of the ring. Then Booker T threw Michael Cole back in. King gave Michael Cole airplane spin. 1, 2, 3. Jerry Lawler won, but GM chimes in. Josh reads it and says that because Booker T threw Michael Cole in the ring, the GM is reversing the decision, and Michael Cole is the winner by reverse decision DQ. Then Santino comes out, and he says he's looked everywhere in the arena, and he says that if the GM is at the show, there's only one place that he or she could be, and that's under the ring. Then the GM chimes in and says, "Nope, I'm not nope, not into the ring, get out of here right now. And then Santino's like, that sounds like a clue. So then he looks into the ring, and then he gets yanked under, and then someone yanks Santino, and he's like, and then Lawler pulls him out, and then when he pulls him out, who's into the ring? Of course, everyone's favorite leprechaun, Hornswoggle. And then I think the kept chiming in after Hornswoggle was revealed to be the GM. And then King says, Hornswoggle, you've been causing this trouble all these years, I should hit you, I should spank you, blah, blah, blah. Hornswoggle kicks him in the knee, and he bites Santino in the rump, and then stupid, beyond stupid. So you mean to tell me, it's like, they had the GM thing going on for a year and a half, whatever, God knows how long, and then they bring it back for one night, and it's freaking Hornswoggle! Are you fucking kidding me? Main event time. CM Punk and AJ versus Daniel Bryan and Eve. Not really much of a match here. Eve was going to tag Daniel Bryan. He had his hand up, and then when she was about to tag him, he just jumped off the apron. And then AJ rolled up Eve. 1, 2, 3. Punk and AJ win. So then afterwards, Daniel gets the mic and says that he just proved that AJ means more to him than any match. And he says they should just go get married right away, right now. And Daniel holds the ropes open for AJ. But then Punk says that this isn't going to, he isn't going to use or lie AJ so that he can hold on to the WWE title. Punk says that Daniel wants to marry her so that he'll be guaranteed to become champion, whatever. Punk says what he's about to do might cost him the title, blah blah blah. But Punk says he's not going to marry AJ. And Punk said if it hurt her, he's sorry about it, but he said at least he cared enough about her to tell her the truth. And then AJ was like, oh, and then smacks Punk in the face. And then she goes over to Daniel. Daniel goes, oh, come on, this and that. Then she hints like she's going to hug Daniel Bryan. She's like, oh, and then she smacks him too. And then she does the whole yes chant, and she's skipping up the ramp. She's standing on the stage doing the whole yes, 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 and that ends the show. Way overbooked shit here. The whole thing with the marriage thing, with the both of them, or AJ wanting to marry Punk, and Daniel Bryan wanting to marry AJ, that really put that put the storyline into overkill mode. It was, I was enjoying it right up until now. Yeah, she's mattered more than the title has, but at least she was still good. But this was WWE's way of. The typical way of, hey, we got something good, let's just keep running with it and not know what the fuck we're doing until it gets stale. So, like I said, this was a painful show. They did absolutely nothing to get fans interested in Money in the Bank on Sunday. So now that, and now that AJ has smacked both of them like this, she's going to call it right down the middle, daddy. So, like I said, when Sin Cara versus Heath Slater is the highlight of the show, that's pretty much all that needs to be said. This has got to be one of the worst. There have been a lot of bad Raws, and this definitely ranks up there with one of them. This show sucked so bad. So I watched that, I saw this, and I was so glad I got Destination X on Sunday night, because that was a tremendous show. I loved almost just about every minute of it. Austin Aries, Bobby Roode, great match. Great that they put the title on Austin Aries. And here's something TNA does that WWE should learn from. The whole plan was to keep the belt on Bobby Roode to Bound for Glory and have James Storm beat him, I'm thinking. Yeah, it looked like that was the plan. But the fans got behind Aries, and they were cheering for him, so they called an audible, and they put the world title on Austin Aries. If it was WWE, they'd be like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't part of the plan. We gotta do something. We gotta do something to make this guy look like a dickhead and make him look like it's a joke, because it isn't part of their plans. They did it with Zack Ryder. So and then the whole WWE's gonna do social media on the 3-hour Raw. Charlie Sheen's gonna be tweeting his thoughts on the show live. Well, not really live, because he's not even gonna be in the freaking building. Who gives a fuck about Charlie Sheen? I never even fucking heard of him before he went nuts. I never watched fucking 2.5 Men. Who gives a shit about that? So anyway, this has been mostly a Raw rant with a little bit of Destination X. Great show. Raw. Good God, it was awful. So I never saw shows that were just so polar opposite in a span of 24 freaking hours. Whew. That's what you're doing to me, WWE, you fucking assholes. Oh, God. I'm dreading 3 hours of Raw. That's all I gotta say. So, hopefully, TNA, Impact on Thursday, I'll be back with a recap of that. Hopefully that's gonna have to be a lot better than what I saw on Monday night. Anyway, that was my rant this week. My Raw rant recap. I hope you at least found my rant to be entertaining, Sparky. That'll do it for me right now. So, if anything, I hope you got a good laugh out of me losing my fucking mind. Yeah. So anyway, you know the rigmarole. Check out tonyviz.blogspot.com. I recap the show in depth there. I recap all the shows there. You can add me as a contact on YouTube, subscribe to my channel, and of course, comment as you see fit. That'll do it for me now, folks. I'll be back on Friday with my Impact video. So till then, this is Tony Viz the Tone signing off. Take care, everybody, and hopefully Impact will be way better than Raw.